Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, please email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Email me for pricing at tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Launched in 2021 as a 500-piece limited edition, this is the TAG Heuer Carrera Green Special Edition. Though named Special Edition, which is often a manufacturer cheat to avoid committing to a production run, it is a 500-piece series. While there is not individual numbering, this is a limited edition, despite being called special. It is special, though. It has a lovely teal green dial. This is teal sunray, to use TAG Heuer's own term, and the vintage 2447 Carrera-inspired case in steel is 39 millimeters in diameter and 14.7 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip. It is 47.7 millimeters and has a 19 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll throw this watch on my wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see that it's not quite as small as a vintage watch, which would be about 36 millimeters. But it is very true to the proportions of the original and has a very vintage look, especially with that bubble-like sapphire emulating a plexiglass. I would recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters in circumference. Taking a look at the strap, it's upscale here. We get large rectangular scale alligator leather in black with a semi-gloss finish, monotone stitch, a sheer cut edge, a little bit of bolstering, and then on the underside you can see calfskin, and this is a new TAG Heuer factory strap. You can see it is in outstanding condition. Everything on this watch is branded Heuer. This started back in the 90s as the company first tentatively embraced the idea of nostalgia models. Today, all of the watches in this particular Heuer 02 39mm Carrera series are branded Heuer exclusively. Now, taking a look at that buckle that is Heuer branded, it is a twin trigger release, and it has a buckle in the shape of the Heuer shield. Inside, we have a little crimping system. So the way this works is there's no actual perforation in the strap. You crimp this inside the buckle, and then it slides underneath, so there's no extra length visible. You can see what strap minder loops look like on my watch. This watch doesn't have them. It doesn't need them. All the excess length is tucked underneath the clasp. We have those handsome, angular, thrusting, integrated Carrera-style lugs, as have been featured on every Carrera since the first in 1963. They are the shape that defines the watch, and some would even say TAG Heuer itself. Polished case flank, polished lug hoods, squared off lug ends that are polished. Everything is polished. Vintage pump style pushers, and you can see the crown is Heuer branded. The bezel is narrow and conical, and you can see it actually flattens out right next to the wonderfully bubble-like sapphire. So there's some nuance to this case. The closer you look, you can even see the bezel has been sunken below the hoods of the lugs to thin out the case without chopping the top off the lug profiles. Now, the dial is teal sunray, so it's between green and blue. It's a little bit of both, and then it has a sunray or sunburst pattern across it. There are sunken registers that are dished that have a concentric pattern or azurage inboard, and you can see here we've got some photina outboard of the faceted applique indices as well as on the hands. You can see this dial too is Heuer branded, and it has no date. It is a no-date dial, simplified for the sake of historical authenticity. There's a very narrow chaptering outboard against which you can read fractions of seconds, seconds, and minutes. Let's do a quick loom shot here. And you can see the watch is plenty legible, though the chronograph second is not luminescent. The dial does include one subsidiary setting mode, so you have a hacking seconds function. The watch also features a crisp column wheel actuator, and if you look, you can see there's no jump to the seconds hand when I start it because it is a vertical clutch. Also, because it's a vertical clutch, if you just want to leave it running to have center seconds, you can do that. The timepiece features caliber Heuer 02, and they've added some thoughtful flourishes. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but the column wheel has been colored teal, and then we have teal printing on the rotor. It is a column wheel vertical clutch manufacturer automatic winder with an 80-hour power reserve. It beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour, and it pivots on 33 joules. The 80-hour power reserve is superb, and I'm happy to say that this watch has sufficiently more autonomy beyond what's standard at Breitling, Omega, or Rolex to set it apart. You can also see it uses Edichron for adjustment, which means it can be very precisely tuned. It's a machine-finished but handsome-looking movement, and of course, you can see the column wheel in action. And the watch is a unidirectional winder because unidirectional winding is more efficient than bidirectional winding. You can even see they've gone the extra mile. They now print Heuer rather than TAG Heuer on the bridge of the movement. You can see Heuer is also on the rotor. The watch, though it is vintage styled and somewhat formal by modern standards, is 100 meters water resistant, so it is a true swimmable loomed automatic steel sports watch. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.